Yo, what's up guys, my name is AFC Adinho and I got a game against Tarzan. Tarzan is trying to get his revenge because I picked up his girl Jane. I had such a great pickup line, guys. But anyway, I'm gonna lead up with Alakazam in this game because he might lead up with his Scissor or his Breloom, and then I can surprise him. My opponent actually decides to lead off with the Clefable, and I'm actually going to go for the Psychic here, just in case he Calm Minds or sets up Stealth Rocks, getting some nice damage off as he does go for the Calm Mind. And what I can do now is I can Encore him right here. Even if he switches, it's fine, his Clefable stays low. Yeah, and now he's locked in, and I'm actually going to switch into my Credant here, because Blissey is most likely switch. If his Gliscor is not specially defensive, it gets 2-hit KO'd. If his Scissor is offensive, then he will still take quite some damage from the Psychic. So yeah, he does bring in the Blissey, and that means I get a big knockoff of right here. So I'm in a really good position right now, knocking out this Blissey, or knocking off this Blissey. But he lives, and luckily he missed it. Thunder Wave. Wouldn't have been too bad if it hit me, cause I'll take this trade any day if I can knock out his Blissey. At the cost of my Credant being paralyzed, that's okay, cause knocking out this Blissey opens up the game for my Alakazam. Cause look at his Psychic switches now. Because his Scissor is gonna die to Hidden Power Fire. And he cannot kill me because I'm Focus Sashed. So game is looking really good for me. My opponent decides to go into his Breloom now. And I have a perfect switch being Tangrowth. He actually makes a double switch into the Clefable. And hold up. We didn't see leftovers last time, and on the switch as well now. So this might actually be Life Orbed. 35, that's a lot. It is a Life Orb, so we knock off the Life Orb, and now I would like to know if this is Ice Beam or Flamethrower. I'm gonna check this with my Skarmory, because if he is Flamethrower, that means my Gliscor beats this 1v1. And if he's Ice Beam, I can set up multiple spikes with Skarmory and roar him out once he gets up too many. And with the Life Orb being gone, his damage is reduced by a lot, so I think this is the best play. Just going Skarmory, and I'm going to roar here just in case he does try to go for the Calm Mind. He just goes straight for Flamethrower, still does a lot, but I roar him out and we got to see Flamethrower. So Soft Boil, Calm Mind, Moonblast, and Flamethrower. So my Gliscor is gonna beat him 1v1. I'm going to Roost here, even though he could carry Taunt. I still get some leftovers recovery, and I'm going directly into my Tangrowth. I can Hidden Power Ice this. He goes for Earthquake now, so Taunt, Earthquake, most likely Roost. I'm just going to click Hidden Power Ice as he goes for the Swords Dance. Hold up. Swords Dance, Taunt, and Earthquake. So he's not gonna touch my Gliscor, I guess. But I'll click Giga Drain in case he does try to Roost. Because he's still a +2. He actually makes a switch into the Donphan, so that Donphan is taking a lot of damage. And I do not really care if my item gets knocked off, because I know my Gliscor is going to beat his only special attacker being Clefable. And my Tangrowth is not gonna beat Clefable, because he has Calm Mind and Soft Boil most likely. They can set up on me. Yeah, he does bring in the Clefable. And just like we said, we bring in the Gliscor. He actually went straight for Moonblast, probably predicting my Alakazam to come in. But I should live another run from here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click Swords Dance, as he does go for the Calm Mind, and after the Poison Heal recovery, he should not be able to kill me. So I'm actually going to click Earthquake. 75%, that's a lot. And he doesn't knock me out. I'm actually going to go for the Roost here. That way, I can still switch it in later on. I know I'm risking the crit from his Moonblast, but his Clefable will stay low, and then I'll bring in Alakazam and win. If he did knock me out with the crit, I'm actually going for the Swords Dance here as he went for the taunt. Because I kind of was expecting a roost. But him going for the taunt here. Kind of interesting. Clicking for Satan. Goes for Swords Dance. So that probably means he doesn't have Roost on his Gliscor, because if he had Roost, he couldn't have touched me, but he set up a Swords Dance, which means he must have had an attack that could hit me. So I guess his Gliscor didn't have Roost, guys. Anyway, Breloom comes in, and I'm just going to switch into my Tangrowth, because there's a possibility in him killing me with a Life Orb, Bullet Seed, and a few crits there. And Gliscor is still useful for his Clefable. Yeah, he went for the Swords Dance. I think I should live another Mach Punch, but what I could do as well is I could go into my Clefable, take the Mach Punch. I get to regenerate the recovery, and now he has to make a choice, because if he kind of has to click Spore, because if I click Moonblast and he doesn't click Spore, he's gonna die. So I could go back into Tangrowth. If he Swords Dances again, I'll sack. I would sack Clefable, but he went for the Spore, so the right call, and we should live another Mach Punch, and I knock him out with the Hidden Power Rise. I even get the crit, which definitely mattered, guys. It definitely mattered. And now my opponent decides to bring in the Clefable, and I'll just go into Gliscor. If he goes for the Soft Boil, that means I'll get a free Swords Dance up. And let's go for Soft Boil. And now I get to click Swords Dance, and yeah, if his Scizor is offensive, his Scizor gets 2-hit KO'd as well. So goes for the Calm Mind, but last time we did 75%, so I'm pretty sure this Clefable will die to Earthquake. Yep. And all he has left is his Scizor. And if his Scizor is Swords Dance, that means he has to waste a turn to set up the Swords Dance. And from full HP, I should live a +2 Bullet Punch easily. He does go for the Swords Dance there. And even if he crits me, I think I should still live. And even if he kills me, I still have my Alakazam in the back. So I'm going to call it game. GG. And if you guys want to know what my pickup line was, or if you guys know what my pickup line was, let the others know in the comments down below. Come up with something funny, guys. Anyway, let's see if we can find another game, because this one was pretty quick, I think. Yo guys, what's up? I got a game against CN. I played this guy a couple of games before, and that's a Bandit Mamoswine, and Bandit Mamoswine just gets to click buttons on his team. So I'm going for a different approach here. Going to lead with Skarmory, stack up those spikes. I know he has the Magnezone, but he doesn't have a hazard removal, and those spikes damage might be instrumental in winning this game. If he goes for Sticky Webs here, I actually get up 3 spikes. He might actually go hard into Magnezone, which is also possible. Then I'll only get up 2 spikes, but I'm going to spike here whatever he does. Oh, let's see. He does end up switching into the Magnezone, so that means I only get up 2 spikes. It's fine. Well, I'm still going to try to switch, as it doesn't work. Always check if you can switch, so you know it's analytic. He goes for Discharge. Luckily, it doesn't fully paralyze me, so I still get up my 2 spikes, and I'm just gonna let this die. Actually goes for Volt Switch, which means this Magnezone is not choiced, so no Choice Scarf, no Choice Specs. Might be Expert Belt, could be Leftovers. We don't see Air Balloon, so it's probably it's either Leftovers or Expert Belt, I think. Maybe Sugar Berry. Who knows, maybe Sugar Berry. But yeah, he goes into the Shuckle right here, and I'm going to bring in my Credant, and he has no switch for this. Like, I have 2 spikes up. I'm pretty sure this Breloom will die if it's offensive. And if he stays in with Shuckle, Shuckle will also die. But he does stay in. I get a crit. Why do I always get crits when it doesn't matter? But when I need him, I never get him. Anyway, we knock out the Shuckle, also preventing the Sticky Webs. That's okay for my Alakazam, I guess. Alakazam actually looking really good against this team. If I can get off some Psychics. But yeah, he goes into the Mimikyu now. And here's the problem, guys. Because I let Skarmory die, I don't have a way to deal with the Mimikyu. How do we play this? Only had Skarmory, but I wanted those spikes up. I think I have to go Tangrowth. I cannot stay in with Credant, even if he most likely goes for Sword Sensei. I cannot risk Credant. I need Credant to win. Aqua Jet might be instrumental to win this game. He went for the Sword Dance. I'm gonna knock off to reduce his damage and break his disguise. As for Play Rough 73. Oh wait, perhaps I shouldn't have knocked off, because now he doesn't take life up recoil, and he's not in range of Psychic from Alakazam. Oh no, I shouldn't have knocked off, guys. How do we play this? Gliscor, the Poison Orb activated. I'll go Gliscor. I need Tangrowth to beat the Magnezone. And the Breloom, of course. Now I'm just pray that he misses Playrough. He doesn't miss. He's not in range of Alakazam, but I have to go Zam and put him in range of Aqua Jet, I think. Because if I do it the other way around, if I go Credant first, then Credant is gonna die, and then I don't have a way to check his Breloom or his Mamoswine. Goes for Shadow Sneak. And yeah, Psychic doesn't do enough. Like, if I didn't knock off his Life Orb, he would have died. Like he would have taken he would have had 20% less health. He would have definitely died. So now I have to let something else take a hit. He has to go for Shadow Sneak though. I think my play is to go Credant. Fortunately, I will have to take 2. Whatever. And he has to stay in because he's otherwise gonna die. I really shouldn't have knocked off his item. Bad. Okay, I could have Giga Drained and then perhaps chose to sack the Tangrowth so that my Gliscor stayed at full HP. So this game becomes really rough now because I knocked off his Life Orb on the Mimikyu. I want to go Tangrowth, but I'll go Aqua Jet here. Because, yeah, he goes for the Sword Stance. That's the reason I'm Aqua Jetting. Because if I went Tangrowth there, I would have lived the Mach Punch, but he wouldn't have been in range of Hidden Power Rise. And now I have to sack Alakazam. Just to get the free switch into my Tangrowth. So I should be outside of Mach Punch range, and then I knock him out with Hidden Power Rise. So we do knock out the Breloom. Still gonna be rough, but there is potential with my Credant abandoned Aqua Jet. I just need more damage off on this Magnezone. Luckily, I still have my Clefable alive. How do we play this? I'm gonna play off his Choke and go Clefable because I need Tangrowth to beat the Magnezone. He went for Discharge. I didn't click Flash Cannon. And I'm going to attempt to go for the Stealth Rocks because he might still be fearing the switch into my Credant and taking the Flash Cannon. And Aqua Jetting from there. This is still rough. The thing is, the Mammoth one was such a big threat that I tried to play my way all around the mag zone, leaving me open to Mimikyu. But let's see if I can get up my rocks. He goes for a Volt Switch, so he doesn't knock me out. And a Mammoth Swine comes in. Let's see. If he goes for Earthquake, I can bring in my my Tangrowth after this. If he goes for Icicle Crash, he could still miss. Would be nice if he misses 2 times in a row, because then I win. Probably. But I shouldn't count on that. But I think my play is to sack the Clefable, because Clefable is gonna die to the Heracross. Clefable is gonna die to the Mammoth Swine, because I don't have enough health. And he does connect his Icicle Crash. Now I get to bring in my Credanta. And I'm just going to click Aqua Jet. It could be a choke if he switches. If he switches, it's actually a choke. Let's hope he switches. No, he stays in. Like, I do knock out the Mammoth Swine, but I think I don't have enough damage on the Heracross, like after Spikes and Stealth Rocks. And like, you could go Magnezone, but if he goes Magnezone, he gives me the option to outplay him, or the opportunity to outplay him, because I have Tangrowth. So if he clicks the electric attack and I go Tangrowth, then I win. If he clicks Flash Cannon while I stay in with Cordant, I also win. But now I have to crit the Heracross, guys. If I crit the Heracross, I win. Because Tangrowth is gonna beat the Magnezone. But yeah. Now I really need a crit, so I hope I get it. I always get a crit when I don't need it. So RNGesus, please. This one time, come on. This one time. This one time. Like, I'm caulking my way around this, but I need to crit this. Aqua Jets, and 64 we don't crit, and that is unfortunate. We actually went for close combat. If I switched into Tangrowth there and went back into Credant, then I still wouldn't have knocked out the Magnezone, pretty sure. So I stand by my play. Unfortunately, we didn't get the crit, and yeah, we will lose here. Heracross will knock me out, but it was a pretty good game still. If I didn't knock off the Mimikyu, I could have been a bit different. Then I could have sacked my Gliscor. Let's actually see where we are. I don't think I'll stay rank 1, and I don't wanna, because I didn't play enough games. Someone will overtake me. But yeah, if I didn't knock off Mimikyu, then Mimikyu would have died to the Psychic, and I wouldn't have taken the damage on the Credant. So pretty big misplay there. But still, I hope you guys did enjoy this battle. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out my Discord server as well, as if you'd like to see me stream sometimes on Discord, and leave a comment down below. But I'll see you guys in the next video.